I've been phone flipping for over 10 years. I've actually started 4 phone stores, 1 wholesale warehouse, and phone flipping was one of the biggest reasons. I'm going to show you how to make 6 figures phone flipping by telling you the brutal, honest truths on what you need to do. Now, number 1, you want to buy used phones. That's number 1. There is a misconception that used phones are just the bad, worst thing to buy, and I understand why. Because they do have some type of risk. And the risks usually are blacklisted or them not working, maybe battery malfunctions. But let's make this clear, buying used phones are better than new right now. Let's say it again, they're better than new right now, okay? And the reason is because there are more people trying to sell phones than buy. Now, when you want to go and hypothetically make the most money, you're looking at used phones because there is a higher demographic. And if we're going to talk about used phones, I'll go a little bit more in depth. You want to buy used phones that are locked. I said it. Unlocked phones are so overhyped, it's not even funny. Because see, an unlocked phone is going to cost you more money, plus you're going to have to charge someone more. People right now, with everything going on internationally, right, don't have the money or funds to just put out thousands or even hundreds in the phone. Some people are on a budget, and you want to attract those people because usually the people on budgets are the people that spend money. Let me say it again. Usually the people that are on budgets are the ones that spend the money, not the people that have the money, because the people that have the money spend it right. The people that have the budgets usually end up caving, and you want to attack those consumers instead of just trying to sell an unlocked iPhone 17 Pro Max 1 terabyte on eBay or even Facebook. Now, speaking of locked, I want to dig deeper, right? So we're talking locked, but let's talk about what type of companies you want to buy and which ones you don't want to buy from. You don't want to buy AT&T, you don't want to buy Xfinity. So AT&T is one of those companies that have a bunch of breaches, a bunch of turnover when it comes to customers because their service is too high and their service isn't even good. People don't like paying AT&T for some reason. You'll find less consumers with that company. Number 2, Xfinity, they are basically using Verizon's network, but their phones tend to be really, really hard to unlock, so it's not worth it. Now, the phones that you want to actually buy from these companies are going to make you the most money. Verizon, you want to buy their phones because Verizon phones are easy to unlock. T-Mobile, because their phones are easy to find consumers with, okay? So Verizon, you're going to lock them easily, but T-Mobile, you'll find a bunch of consumers, as T-Mobile is one of the best phone companies out. You have a bunch of people that aren't trying to pay installments with T-Mobile, so they'll buy phones from you. So attack these 2 companies and you'll make profits in no time. Now, after you get the phones, you want to start selling. Now, you do sell to consumers, I get it, but let's talk about buyers. You need buyers. If you're a phone flipper without a buyer, that's a problem. Now, speaking of buyers, we have a phone flipping buyers price list where you'll have 50 buyers at your disposal. It's only $90. The link is below. But let me just talk to you real quick about buyers and why you need them. When I first started phone flipping, I had 1 buyer. That 1 buyer was great. He was helping me. He was giving me money. I was taking advantage of the money. But what ended up happening was I started giving them phones consistently and started realizing that he was offering me lower and lower. Like, it would be days where he would say, oh yeah, I'll give you 800. And then days he'll say, I'll give you 500. The price is bad. And I'm like, damn, it went down that much. And I think that it was the leverage play. He understood he was giving me a bunch of money. Well, let me try to lower the bar for this young man. And that's what he did. He ended up cheating me out of a bunch of money. So that's why I started to seek other buyers, and then I would tell him, hey man, I got another buyer that's paying me 800, so I'm gonna go to him. And then he would say, oh, I'll match it. And that's when I realized buyers play games. So you want a buyer's price list because it not only helps you when it comes to negotiation, but it allows you to know the market value of phones. And knowing the market value is one of the biggest things I think that I've learned when negotiating. Is if I know how much an iPhone 16 is worth out in the market, I know exactly what to offer. I don't overextend an offer and give somebody more money than they actually deserve. So buyers are really important, and it's important that you secure one. So what I would recommend is click on that link below, go get the buyer's price list. It comes with not only the price list, but a profit margin calculator and also access to me within the community. So you'll get access to the community. You'll also get the price list and a profit margin calculator, which tells you which phones are good to buy and which ones aren't. This helps you in every facet of the phone flipping game. Now, speaking of the buyers, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You got to do both. You can't just sell to buyers because buyers won't give you the most money. So I want you to remember this. This is the brutal, honest truth, okay? Buyers will always buy faster. consumers will always pay more. See, a consumer pays based on emotion, a buyer pays based on what the market says. But a consumer pays also when they have the money, a buyer pays right immediately because they always have funds available, hence why they're a buyer, okay? And usually buyers are not in the United States. They have a middleman that actually funnels to them. Now, our price list does not include any middleman fee. It's literally you and the buyer. The way we grow is because we have volume, and buyers then give us more flexibility in our store to buy phones as well. But nevertheless, guys, you want to make sure you are selling to buyers if you want to sell phones fast, to consumers if you want to make more money. That is an important thing for you guys to recognize and remember, especially if you're looking to grow into six figures. Lastly, you want to create a business with this phone flipping thing. And this is where the buyer's price list that we have below helps, because I said you get access to the community. Well, the reason is because you'll get unlimited book calls with me, which means every single week you can have sessions where I help you create your LLC. I help you actually create that business account needed for you to be able to get funding with banks, for you to have money to play with, to buy more phones. And also, you're going to learn how to either create one or two businesses, a refurbishing business or a buyback business. Now, I have both. Now, this is actually how I maintain a living, and I'm able to pay rent for my stores and also the warehouse. So what I do, right, is I work with companies like T-Mobile or AT&T, and I buy phones from the business companies that they are actually giving new phones to. So you'll have like a T-Mobile that may give a quote on, hey, we'll buy all your iPhone 11s, Philadelphia Hospital, for $50. I'll say, no, I'll buy it for $100. And they'll give me all of their hundreds of phones. I'll take those phones, refurbish them, and then sell them on eBay, or sell them to a person or a bunch of people on platforms like OfferUp or Facebook, or I'll sell them to another business. That's one way you can make money, okay? Now, other way you can make money is just being a refurbisher. So with these other companies or people in general that are selling phones, buy the phones, fix the phones, make sure you have a repair connect. Now, me, I don't need one because I know how to repair phones. Plus, I have repair people in my store. They repair the phones and we just resell them. And sometimes we put those phones on installment and get paid monthly every single year from every single customer that we decide is eligible, with a bunch of different factors that we put in play. But regardless, you want to make sure you're making phone flipping a business, not just a side hustle, if you're trying to make it a sustainable income. All right, guys, so make sure you guys click below, check out that price list. And if not, it's fine. There's no sale on the price list. It's just more so about making sure you have a connection. And if you guys don't get the prices, that's fine. Hype the video, subscribe, and we will continue to give you free game. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.